One interesting thing is about this Morse code that you hear is actually real Morse code in the music track. It's real Morse code that they stuck in there, and it's legit as far as I know. I don't know what it says. It says something like, it's basically just some kind of message to BJ. Yeah, but it's legit. So Bobby Prince knew what he was doing when he made this track, and it's pretty interesting how he threw in Morse code like that, because it must have been tricky to put something just totally arrhythmic into a piece of music like that with a MIDI editor. Can't imagine the trouble it took to make that, especially with those old school DOS MIDI editors. I've never even used one of those, but it seems like hell. Actually, I did try to use the one that Bobby Prince used when he was doing, I guess, Doom, and it was just like, ugh, I couldn't figure it out. I'm too stupid to do stuff like that. Can't shred. Did you see that officer start to aim at me? If that was a mutant, I would have already been shot. I think what they should have done is they should have given mutants a slight reaction time, maybe about as much as the officer. I think what they should have done is, instead of making the mutant like as strong as like the officer and the brown guard but with no reaction time, they should have given him the reaction time of like an officer, but gave him more damage. So you still have time to get away from the damage, but if you're close, you lose all your health. Because, I don't know, just instant reaction is like, I think that's just cheap no matter which way you slice it. Because it's just like, you know, if the game decides you're getting hit, that's just it. There's no skill involved in avoiding it. You just have to either not ever be in their line of sight, which isn't always possible, or take the damage. And I don't know, that's just not cool to me. But I don't know. I'm a bit of a whiner, as you can tell. I'm nowhere near as good as Belames, and I'm not even going to pretend that I am. The guy's a freaking natural at Wolfenstein. And probably Doom too, but we won't get into that. Hello? Hi. I noticed that quite a few maps in the game have like little, basically Nazi designs. Oops, why did I pause? I need to itch my nose there for a second. It's kind of funny how you can look at some of the maps in like a map editor and you just see swastikas all over the place because they used them for basically just a quick and easy map design. Can't say that it's too bad there. I think E2M5 was just a giant swastika, and I know that there's a map in episode 6 that's just a tessellation of swastikas. It's pretty crazy. I also found out recently that Bobby Prince actually designed a map for episode 6, but I don't know which one it was. Part of me wants to say it's the tessellation of swastikas, but I don't really know, because there's no map credits or anything. It's just, I think John Romero posted on his Facebook, it just said that Bobby Prince was involved in the design, and that's pretty cool, because you don't often hear of composers having a big part in, you know, doing anything but the music, unless the composer's also like the programmer or the art or whatever. I mean, that happens, but it's not often that you have a programmer that does something like level design when he was initially only supposed to be the composer. And I like to hear stories of composers who are actually really good at the game and like can shred, because I like to believe I'm kind of in that position too, to some extent, not to toot my own horn or anything. One more map done.